Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. And we have a special guest with us. Patricia joined the chamber as an artist. And I'm going to turn it right over to Patricia to tell her story because she has a great story. And we're really happy to have her here with us today. Over to you, Patricia.
Thank you, Margie. Always wonderful to be among my favorite people. This is great. I joined the chamber, as Margie said, several years ago as an artist because I had retired from the arts and healing world of contracting. And I was at a women's mastermind, and one of my colleagues there, Robin Snow Snyder, said, "Oh, we're looking to add another person to assisting hands home care. And wouldn't it, I said, oh, well, let's talk because I'm a networker. Maybe I'll know somebody." And 30 days later, Steve made me an offer I couldn't refuse. So I came back into the work world and am now happy to say, after just about 3 years, that we have just brought on Tricia Hansen, who's showing her sweet face, who is an expert in marketing and communication and has been in the field of health for many, many years. In fact, we met many years ago at the Hebrew home and became friends. So that, I feel like we're building the concept of amazing women in healthcare, and looking forward to working with her. And she'll pop in and out of Rockville Chamber things this week to get to know everybody. So I thought we'd start off. I promised you an interactive creativity moment to jumpstart your day. And I know it's cold out there, and I know some of us have gotten up early to exercise so we could be on this call early. But I wanted to make sure that everybody had a chance to grab some paper and markers or pen, anything that can write. Just don't use your blood, let's keep it clean. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is a little warm-up exercise, because the right and left brain of the right and left lobes of the brain, see, mine aren't working yet this morning, like to intersect. And in that intersection, there's a lot of creativity. And as we get older, we are much wiser because our intersection place is more accessible. So the way to start exercising that part of your brain, and I've got my little camera set up over here so you guys can see me drawing, is to simply take your marker and make a giant lazy 8 on your piece of paper. And what you want to do is you want to show it, actually it's showing it vertically. I want to show it horizontally. So we'll go this way. Okay, and once you've got this line drawn, just take your finger and use your finger and go right around this little ice skating rink. Margie will like that because in Vermont, I'm sure she ice skated a lot. Now what this does, if you're doing it in front of your body, so that you're the center where that X is, your body's in the center, you will actually kinesthetically connect that left and right brain together. Good morning. So we're just doing a quick little warm up for our brain. Then switch fingers. Did you use your dominant hand for that? Just, show it up here. Are you right-handed? Did you show? Okay, switch hands and do it with your other hand. You can use one finger, you can use the whole hand. If you were really wild, you could imagine it on the floor, stand on one leg. Aubrey loves this move. Stand on one leg and draw a lazy 8 with your toes. That works too. Anytime you can cross your body, anything you do, even these stretches that Aubrey always tells us to do where you cross your body, that helps that left and right brain get excited. And the reason that you want your right brain excited is because you're actually using that creative stuff, the adjectives rather than the verbs, so the left brain is saying, these are the keys, they go in the car, blah, 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 blah. And the right brain is saying, oh, but look at, I had the colors painted on these keys, and, I'm going to drive into the country, and imagining your lunch out on a picnic, that's all. It's got to come together to make the event really special. So now that you've got your brains fired up, let's set an intention for today, for our little mini practice. So what I'd like you to do is think of, the theme today is where I'd rather be. So one place that you would rather be, I'd rather be in wherever, I'd rather be at blah, blah, blah. I'd rather be back in bed with my eyes closed. Whatever your intention is, just set that for yourself. Okay, anybody want to share? All right, we can save it for later. It's okay. If you want to share, you can share. But you have to unmute yourselves.
I'd rather be somewhere warm with a nice light breeze going over my face.
Excellent. We can all feel that, right? That light breeze. I love this movement too. So if our full bodies were engaged in this, we could repeat the movement of each person's intention. So go ahead, make a movement with your intention. Who else wants to share? Anybody? No?
Yeah. Hi, it's Tricia.
Yeah.
And thank you for that lovely introduction, dear. Appreciate it. And, good morning, everybody. Look forward to getting to know you all. Contrary to what Margie just said, I would rather be with my dad today, my elderly father, who's in the bitter cold of Minnesota.
So, all right. So are we doing a bitter cold?
No, I'm doing a hug.
Okay, a hug
for my dad.
Yeah. So Sandra says she'd rather be at the beach, warm beach. And Larissa said she'd rather be on a beach in Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii, but I can go with that. All right, so let's keep that in mind as we go forward. There'll be plenty of time to share other things, so we'll get to everybody. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to show you how to fold this piece of paper into a little note card. So just take it and fold it in half. You can take a different piece of paper, or you can use the same piece of paper. So you want to take it and fold it in half. I keep forgetting not to hold it up in the air, but to show you on the extra screen. And then fold it in half again. And it makes, I'm going to put it against this green paper so you can see, it makes a little folded note card, right? And you can either have it be a vertical or a horizontal, whatever you prefer. And then we artists use things like blue painter's tape to make little frames around things. You can use tape, or you can just use a marker or a pen, and you can decide if you want to frame it up and have like a working space, or if you want to just go right to the edges. Doesn't matter. There is no wrong. So now what I'd like you to do is take 2 minutes to draw that place you'd rather be. Oh, Victoria wants to be in Australia where it's now summer. So there's a fair amount of summer theme here. No judgment. Everybody gets to go wherever they want to go. It's your place. So where is it that you want to be? And I'm just going to play with some color. Don't think too hard, just, it can be abstract. It can be just the colors of the place you'd like to be. It could be just the shapes of the place you'd like to be. It does not have to be literal. It can be messy. You can layer on top of each other the colors that you want to use. Okay, we got our 50 seconds, or I don't know, 10 seconds left, it looks like. All right. It's hard to stop, I know, but come to a closure. And if you dare, show your piece to the world. So I'm going to show you mine. Oops, that's upside down. Let's do it this way. Here we go. So I've got my sunset and the little grasses to the beach, and that's where I am. Let's see, Aubrey. Hold it up near your nose. Hold it near your face, and then we can all see it. There we go. There we go. Oh, lovely. Love it. Anybody else want to share?
I can describe mine.
Okay.
So I'd rather be in Australia where it's summer. I used to live in Perth, Western Australia. So I drew a shark. I drew a great white because Western Australia is the home of the great white. So I drew one, and I drew a roo, and I drew a koala. And it wasn't a very good koala because I can't draw. But that's
you're fast.
What I drew. And good day.
Excellent. So this is a really simple thing you could do every morning. I like to also, if I'm going to do a note card, I like to set an intention for who it's for. Maybe it's for myself and I write myself a love letter. Maybe it's for somebody who's not well. Maybe it's for somebody's birthday, anniversary, wedding, whatever. But it's a note card. You can pop that in an envelope. So the other thing that often happens in a note card is that there's a little words inside. So I thought we'd take another minute and create a haiku. Now, for those of you who have never done haiku before, can you see that? Maybe not. Oops, I keep forgetting which way the camera is. So haikus are 3-line poems, 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. And if you just make a note of that, and then at some point during the day, you might find it comes to you, or you could start one right now. So with the theme of where I want to be, which happens to be 5 syllables, where I want to be. And then I wrote, by the ever-changing sea, witness, calm, ease, joy. There's my haiku for the day. Now, we have a good friend, the woman who leads Mastermind, Phyllis Levinson, wrote a whole book of haiku. It just kind of poured out of her, and it's for coaching. And it's very clever. She's got some great one-offs in there. So even if you read a haiku, take the 4 seconds it takes to read a haiku or a poem. We don't attribute enough power to poetry. I thought we were getting closer when we had that amazing poem for Inauguration Day. And it would be great if we could all just recite that every day, like at the Pledge of Allegiance, because I feel like she really nailed it. So
you hear her New Year's one? Did you hear?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh
no.
My
oh,
God.
That would be great.
Over the top.
Put the link in chat. Put the link in chat.
I don't know.
Oh, okay, I'll find it. So the other thing I wanted to mention, besides poetry and doing a little note card or doing that setup with the figure 8, is music. So, the kids talk all the time now about playlists. And I know Aubrey uses music all the time in the exercise program, as does yoga classes. And what I'd like you to do is think of 2 songs that you'd like to have running in your head as a way to reconnect and recharge during your day. So for me, those 2 songs that came for me right away was This Land Is Your Land, Pete Seeger's song, This Land Is Your Land, This Land Is My Land, or maybe it was Woody Guthrie, I can't remember. Because I feel like that's where I'm at energetically in terms of where we're at in the country. And we should be singing that every day to our children and grandchildren. And then the Beatles, All You Need Is Love. Because if we were all a lot more kind and generous to each other, we wouldn't be in the predicament we're in. We need to be more kind and share love. I don't want to tear up. So think about what your playlist in your head would be. And if you dare, sing along with it. I mean, you can get any song now on YouTube or what's the other one? Spotify, Pandora. You just say, hey, Siri, play blah, blah, and there you go. So you can actually enact that song when you're feeling kind of blah or meh, as they say now, or you can just imagine it, because sometimes the words that you imagine are the words you really want to hear. And as a kid who used to make up the words because I didn't always catch the phrases, and because I'm slightly dyslexic, I would sing, "This land is your land, this land is my land," from the Unork Islands to the Redwood Forest. So, play it out in your head. And that's my creativity moments. So that's 5 things you can do to be creative. Give yourself some self-care and know that you are loved by you, the most important person. And that, as Sherry Lewis says, the perfectly perfect person is you.
Wow, how do you end that? That was a perfect ending. Thank you so much. What great tips, that we've had through this Wellness Wednesday program. But I want to thank you very much, Patricia. It's great to see all my peeps on here this morning, and everybody have a great day.